Yeah.
Okay, welcome to episode 21 of the Buko Boys.
Hey, welcome, guys.
I'm Dale.
And I'm DVO.
And we got our friend Teneal with us. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Teneal. We're super excited to have you on.
I'm super excited to be here.
So, Dale, you want to do a little introduction and Teneal can talk a little bit?
So Teneal is a medium, as I am an extra large.
I'm the happy medium.
So I met her at our previous job at Dannon, and we stayed in contact because we work in the mystic arts. Just kidding.
I love your way of working.
So today she's going to read some tarot cards for us today on the show.
Oh, it's going to be exciting.
And so that's going to be at the end of the show, but till then she's going to join us on this adventure of an episode we have for you.
Yeah. So we're happy to have a little guest speaker come on with us and join in on our topics.
It'll be fun. I'm excited.
All right.
It'll be fun. And then at the end you can kind of talk about what you do and everything, and we're going to do a little bit of reading and see what is in store for us.
Yep.
Okay. So did you do anything good over the weekend?
Oh, did I? I'm trying to think.
Since the last episode?
Nothing crazy or exciting that I can think of. How about for you?
I watched the Pacquiao fight.
Oh, the Pacquiao fight.
Yes.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was a pretty...
I didn't watch it. I know there was a big match.
Yeah.
Big fight game.
There's a big thing.
I heard he put a big beating on him. That's what I heard.
Yeah, he pretty much just dominated his ass the whole time.
I'm glad.
Broner just backed up the whole time, got an ass whooping, and then at the end of the fight, he tried to argue that he won. And everybody was like, "What the hell?" Even his own team were just kind of laughing at him. And then he tried to make this, I don't know what kind of analogy he was trying to put, saying, "Of course I think I won. If you want cheese on that hamburger, you're gonna have cheese on that hamburger." It's like, what the hell?
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're all
interesting.
Shut up and go back to the hood, dumbass.
That's interesting. Yeah, so was it a pretty good fight though? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was pretty good watching Pacquiao kick his ass. So
all right,
Pacquiao's getting his
groove back.
He's
get his groove back.
He's looking like he's wanting knockouts again.
He wants more belts again.
Well, he's got the belt.
Yeah, he just won it right over.
No, he had it already. Broner was trying to come after the belt.
Oh, okay.
So Pacquiao put a stop to that shit.
I knew it was a title fight. Okay,
yeah,
I got it. So Teneal, do you have any favorite fighters that you've watched or? MMA or boxing? That's a good question. MMA or boxing?
It's just Rocky Balboa.
He was a great fighter. He never gave up, did he?
Never gave up. My favorite boxing match was actually my twin boys. I have identical twin boys, and when they were 4 or 5, they got boxing gloves for Christmas because they fight so much. So might as well just facilitate that happening more and more. Mm-hmm. So. For a talent show, we put on the Rocky music, and they just
good.
Oh, for a talent show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's my only exposure.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
We actually bought boxing gloves when we were teenagers, so we could beat each other's ass.
It's a healthy.
We did it on a trampoline.
Yeah, we did a trampoline.
I remember I knocked you around 360 one time.
Well, you were 2 years older than me, and as a kid, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's true. I remember you'd make me mad. I said, "You know what? Grab your boxing gloves. We're going outside."
Well, you know what? F you. Let's do this. And then I regretted it.
That is the thing about twins. Like, they're exactly the same height and weight, so it's totally a fair game.
It's so fair that way.
Go at it.
How was okay? That brings up a whole other rabbit hole for me.
Okay.
I'm curious. So people say and how first of all, how old are they?
They are now 14.
They're 14. Okay, this is
They're
good.
in the same school as Malay.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So do they
What's their names? There's listeners from that school.
Seth and Eli.
Last name.
Clayton.
Oh, cool.
They're gonna be famous now.
They'll be like #Mom sucks.
No. You guys better not use that. So do they have a bond where they feel things?
Okay, when this really shows up the most is when they're playing sports.
Okay.
Because they've been on the same sports teams their whole entire life.
What kind?
They played competitive soccer
Nice.
in Singapore and Cincinnati and Iowa.
Wow.
And they now play football and basketball. But when we lived in Singapore, they were so in sync on the pitch. That's the right word. Mm-hmm. The pitch in the field so the coach wouldn't let them play at the same time because they just scored too much and they were too good at
Man,
defense. So
that's good.
they had to like only play one boy at a time. And they're identical, and one is a lefty, one is a righty. So they usually flank the field or flank the court or whatever it is that they're
One's
playing.
a lefty and one's a righty. Interesting.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
It is awesome.
That is awesome.
Do you ever
And-
poke one to see if the other one feels it?
Only last week. No, but they are so fluid on the basketball court. We had a game last night, and I think there were about 6 assists from Eli to Seth with the score.
Wow.
And then it goes the other way around too. They know, they've played together so much. I don't know if some of it is just habit, but they know exactly where the other one's going to be. It's actually amazing to watch.
That's pretty cool.
I think
It's super fun.
I think if I was in their school with them at their age, I would call one lefty and one righty just to
Separate them.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea, Dan. I will give them that
I
idea.
hope that goes around at the school.
Again, hashtag Dale sucks.
Yeah, you can use that
Your left
one.
nut, right nut.
Nope, nope.
No.
You said kids are listening to this. What's wrong with you?
I veto that.
They were saying that I remember someone at school being called left nut at that age. Their last name started with a left.
Yeah, we're not starting that.
Yeah, right.
Twins are
Agreed.
good, boxing is good, fighting is good, sports good.
Excellent.
Super fun, super efficient.
Excellent. I like that. So what's we got on the agenda? I know you got a couple topics here.
Okay, let's talk about something great that's
Okay.
coming to Netflix.
Yes.
So one of the producers from Stranger Things is getting together with the old producers of Unsolved Mysteries to do a reboot.
Dun, dun. How was the music? How was the music on that? Oh shit.
I hope they have the same music though.
Because it was creepy.
Yeah, you know when that music came on, shit was about to get
Yeah.
scary.
I'm gonna look
Is
it
it
up.
da-na-na-na-na?
No, that's Twilight Zone.
No,
You guys
if
keep
it's
talking. Let me see if I can find that
If it's
clip.
the Stranger Things guy trying to do Unsolved Mysteries, do you think they're gonna like make up stuff to solve?
No, I think they're gonna
It's gonna
stick
be
with
legit?
yeah, it's gonna be done documentary style, just
Okay.
like the old one. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna do like reenactments of the situations, and then
Okay.
I think I found this here.
Was it William Shatner?
no, but the guy kind of had a similar face structure. Oh yeah, that's bringing back memories. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it!
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh, that's good. That's some good memories right there.
Yeah, let's hope the music
So
stays the same.
I hope they actually they mentioned that they're gonna do a lot of paranormal things too. So I remember that was
really?
like
Okay.
one of the only shows during that era that had anything paranormal on it. But it was only like one thing out of like every 5 episodes that had
Yeah.
something paranormal, and I was always watching for that one.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I'm experiencing that shit. No one else can.
Oh, so that'll be good. So they're gonna talk about obviously unsolved mysteries. Plus, you said did you say more paranormal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it sounds from what I read, it sounds like they're gonna have more paranormal things,
Okay.
but of course, the unsolved crime stories that still haven't been solved. So
And that's Netflix?
yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix.
That's
I
gonna be
hope they
cool.
have the same music though.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder-
probably part of the branding.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I wonder who's gonna be the host.
I don't know if they've even
Have
announced,
they announced
that.
it yet? So I don't know if you knew, Unsolved Mysteries did another reboot years ago, and it was a different actor. He's an actor. I've seen him in shows or movies, and he was hosting it.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't remember
How
I
long
should
did
look
that
up.
last?
I don't think very long. Maybe at the max, maybe 2 seasons. At the max.
I've never even heard of this.
It was just like something I saw randomly on TV, and I said, "Oh, Unsolved Mysteries." And I went to it and said, "Oh, who's this guy?" And I recognize him. I've seen him in movies, and I can't remember.
Did he have a
who
trench
is.
coat?
No, he didn't. He was more like in like a. I think where he was at was mostly. I'm trying to remember now, because the original host, he would be like outside.
He's always in a dark alley.
Yeah, dark alley trench coat. I think this guy had.
It looked like he
more-
was about to be a victim of an unsolved mystery.
He looked like the detective. Like, what's that crime dog's name?
Oh,
McGruff.
Yes, I think McGruff was designed after him, wasn't
I
he?
think so.
And he even had the same raspy, like,
Yeah.
Okay, so Netflix, Netflix in this last round of awards, whatever was like the awards a couple weeks ago, they have really transformed from a streaming service to a director, producer, creator kind of thing. Like the Bird Box stuff and all these Netflix originals, like they've really transitioned into a different kind of a superpower.
Now you just opened up another can. So, now with that being said, they're going to put more of their money towards productions and being Netflix originals
that's where the money is.
Because of the Disney Plus program that's about to come out with the Disney streaming.
Okay.
Because Disney's going to pull all their shit off of Netflix. Not only that, but Disney now owns 21st Century Fox. Okay. So now they're going to pull all those off of Netflix and put that all on their Disney Plus streaming. So that leaves a big gap in Netflix's streaming capabilities, So now they're going to gear a lot of originals.
Their own.
And a lot of money towards production.
Which is good that that's growing, but, do you ever wonder, like, who makes those decisions? Friends was taken off Netflix, or, when do they get put on? When do they get taken off? Like, I'd want to be on that committee.
I know, huh? There's a roulette wheel, and they just spin it.
Teneal says...
and then I also heard about this with the Disney Plus streaming. They're going to have a ton of Marvel series spin-off.
Oh, awesome.
And so, like, the series that were canceled on Netflix have a possibility of getting redone.
Like Luke Cage and Iron Fist? Okay.
Brought back on the Disney Plus streaming. Yeah. And then they're also talking about the Vision and Scarlet Witch having their own series.
I've heard that one.
With the original actors from the movies. But then they can cross over the other actors from the Netflix series into the Marvel Cinematic Universe maybe now because of this.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Very interesting. I support that.
Right.
I don't like it, but they would have to incorporate them into the MCU movies then.
They might, though. That's what they're saying, because now they're going to be all part of the same entity.
That'll be interesting to see what happens.
I'm hoping that's the case. This is just all like hearsay for now, but I'm hoping. But and then that also put Amazon Prime to now follow suit and do the same shit because of Disney Plus. So
they're gonna have to make movies themselves?
They're gonna do a lot more Prime originals, which they have some pretty okay stuff out there right now.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do a lot more. I think Bezos said he's gonna put however tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars into it.
Nice.
They're late to the game though. Amazon is late.
Oh, they're so damn rich. They don't give a shit.
So
they're just like,
Netflix is probably the early adopter and getting a lot of that market share, and people are comfortable with that.
Yeah, because they were the first.
It's going to be hard for Amazon and Disney Plus or whatever to.
I think Disney Plus is going to take off real fast because I know I'm waiting for it to come out because I'm going to order it the moment it comes out.
Is there a release date?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I think 2020.
All right.
I think, anyways, but I'm not
Maybe
positive.
next year. All right, that'd be cool.
But I know for a fact I'm gonna be a subscriber to that.
What if it's $50 a month?
And that's $50 less I'm gonna have.
Okay. Just to see if you're true to that. All right. That's why I had to
I'll just
ask.
log into your account.
Yeah, we'll share just like Netflix.
Yeah, and Amazon Prime.
Exactly. Everything's shareable. I love it.
There was something funny. Maybe we mentioned it about when the Bird Box came out and how it had what was it, like 22 million or 14 million?
45 million.
Oh, 45 million views. And they said they were curious how there was 45 million views and only 1 million subscribers. But, it was just a joke, but it's funny. Because we share it.
Yeah. Doesn't everyone? Name one person that has just one person on their account.
Me.
Okay.
Awkward
Showed
silence.
you.
Yeah.
She showed
well,
you.
I guess that just made sense because you're here by yourself, though. Really.
That's true. I am.
It's just you here in
just
Utah.
me. Yeah.
But you do know you can share it interstates. You don't have to be in the same state.
Okay. Well, next
should
topic. Thank you for that advice.
Just saving you some money.
Thank you.
The whole $12.
Appreciate it.
So was it last week that they had that full blood moon eclipse?
Yes.
Yes, which was
Okay.
pretally damn cool to see if anybody witnessed it.
I did not, but I did see the one before.
Yeah, and they're all about the same.
Yeah.
Totally counts.
Yes. What was the significance of the blood moon though?
The blood moon?
Or is it, what was it called? What was this called?
This was the wolf.
Super wolf blood moon.
Super wolf.
It like had
blood
5 names.
moon.
So if
Why?
you were a lichen, you would know why. But you're not.
I didn't transform, so I'm not.
The rest of us did.
Okay.
The ones that did, we know what it means. I'm
All
sorry,
right.
You'll have to figure it out on your own one day.
So what is the significance? Till, do you know the significance of this?
Well, I know that it goes along with astrology, and there were like 2 eclipses kind of close together. And so they said the energy between the 2 eclipses would mean that you are more sensitive, and that some people were a little bit more aggressive or agitated between the 2 eclipses just because of the, energy fields out there. But a lot of people said, what can I let go of? What do I release? What do I want to not take into the next moon cycle?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a time to release like things you want to get rid of in your life or things you want to change about yourself. It's a time to like, some people will write it down on paper and burn it and
Send it up.
send it into the universe.
The weird people like me and Dale.
Yeah, the
we do
weirdos.
that
All
kind of
right.
stuff. Or
Practice the
smudge.
mystic arts.
You can smudge your house and smoke all the evil spirits out or negative energy.
Yeah.
That
So,
kind of stuff.
Teneal, is the moon flat or round?
I haven't been there.
Okay.
I think it's round.
All right. What do you think about the Earth?
I think it's flat.
You think the Earth is flat?
I think it's round.
You need to leave right now.
Have you seen that flat earthers think that all the other planets and the sun and moon are all spheres except for Earth?
I was wondering that. So they think we're the only floating flat rock, and then everything else is spherical.
Well, then those people must be Americans because they believe they're the only ones on the planet anyway. So.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I think Americans are the only flat earthers.
That's another good point.
Probably.
It's
But you know who else saw the blood moon?
who?
This Florida couple.
Okay. All right.
Great transition.
And you know how they saw it?
How did they see it?
By laying in the middle of the damn road.
That's a perfect place to look at an eclipse.
If you don't ever want to see tomorrow. Because they didn't see the next day. You know why?
Why?
Because the sheriff ran their asses over.
Oh, did they die?
Yeah, they're dead.
I didn't know they died.
They're dead.
I knew they got ran over. That's kind of fun. That's even. I shouldn't say it's more funny. It is a little bit though.
Well, it's Florida.
Yeah.
And so, as of lately, I've been noticing a lot of crazy shit is always in Florida.
It's true.
The craziest headlines I read, it's always a Florida man or a Florida woman.
Right.
And it's always what the hell?
Yeah.
And so, right after I read about the blood moon, I read another headline the next day, and it's another crazy story. And it's a Florida woman shot in the shoulder by a man who paid her $5 for sex, and then he wanted his money back. So he shot her in the
He
shoulder.
wanted a refund?
He wanted his refund.
Because this is not me.
This is not what I paid for.
Maybe she was really bad at her job.
It was only $5. She must have been really bad at it.
So I pulled up a couple articles. These are from Florida, and I thought it'd be fun. We can take turns reading a couple. How's that sound?
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
These
So
are real.
These are real articles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Real
not made
headlines.
up. These are real headlines. I don't have the stories, just the headlines. So I'll read the first one here. Florida man calls police after wife threw out his beer. Stupid. Call the police for throwing out your beer.
Florida corpse mistaken for April Fool's prank. See that? Dead bodies.
Florida man assaults friend with a bucket in argument over whether or not an acquaintance was dead.
Wow. Let's see this one. Let's see. Florida man with Bentley logo tattooed on his face arrested for identity theft.
Did he say his name was Mr. Bentley?
Oh, gosh.
Florida man arrested in Boy Scout costume. That was dumb.
Florida man arrested for bribing deputy with paint and power washing services. Dude, I'm gonna paint you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. Here we go. Florida man offered $3 and a chicken dinner for sex.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah. What I want to know is how that made headlines. Did he call it in?
I just want to note here, these all say Florida man, not Florida woman.
I've seen Florida woman headlines.
I'm just saying, there's the pattern.
We can Google some. Florida man tells cops, "I thought cocaine wasn't illegal."
Did you see that meme where okay, never mind, I'll go to, okay. Florida man arrested after stealing 36,000 pounds of Crisco.
Oh, my gosh.
The hell?
I'm going to scroll through and see there's a Florida woman now. And I feel like there's not going to be.
Florida family.
Okay, read that one.
Florida family hospitalized after eating LSD tainted meat.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
I thought it was salt.
Yeah. You can read. Oh wow! Here you can read that. The town, the whole town in Florida.
Florida town names Vanilla Ice Citizen of the Year.
Citizen of the
Read the
Year.
one underneath it.
Okay. Okay. Florida man masturbated on stuffed animals at Walmart. Oh, the last one's a woman. Okay, last one. The very last one.
Florida woman commits identity theft to make bail to get out of jail.
That's not that bad. All right.
Well, it's pretty stupid.
It is. So Florida people are interesting
yeah, that's
people.
Sad. Yeah.
Hey, if you guys are listening in Florida, we love you though. Keep listening and subscribe.
But try not to be as dumb as your neighbors, all right?
That's weird.
So interesting. So that's crazy. So they thought laying in the road, not even to the side of the road, but in the road. And what I heard was the police ran him over, right?
Yeah, the sheriff.
He was just not paying attention. And
Well, it's dark. They're looking at the moon. The
He
worst.
was probably texting and driving.
Yeah, or he's probably on his laptop.
Probably.
yeah.
That's a shame.
Or he's admiring the super wolf.
Or he was
blood
looking
moon.
at the moon and driving.
Yeah. And didn't notice there were people laying in. Oh, that's just interesting.
That's too bad. Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally the Darwin
It's
Awards.
exactly
It was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, so back to some shows. I know we kind of went away from the shows for a minute. HBO.
Oh yes, this is
HBO
exciting.
is going to be doing a prequel of The Sopranos.
So it's funny that we just saw this. I was actually just watching a video on YouTube where they interviewed the majority of the cast. This is the 20th anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary this year.
had
So
no idea it was going that
2019
long.
is the 20th anniversary, and they did it. I can't remember who did it. It was like a 45-minute interview with a lot of the old cast, and it was a pretty good interview. It was pretty fun. You could tell they all got kind of choked up because James Gandolfini wasn't there. And so, Teneal, did you watch Sopranos?
No, I didn't.
You're familiar with it?
I know of the show.
So I myself didn't get into The Sopranos until the last season.
Okay.
Oh,
But
the last season?
It was
okay.
it was the last season, but I didn't decide to binge watch everything before, and I just kind of just jumped right in and watched it, and it was good. I liked it.
Yes.
But I missed so much, and I was asking a shit ton of questions as
Well,
I was
I've
watching.
got good news for you. I've got every episode on DVD. Every
I
episode.
don't want to do it though.
You're missing out. It's good. I probably
I got
in.
HBO Go. I don't need the DVD.
Oh, that's true. I think I got in on maybe season 3 or 4. I got into it, and then I was hooked on it. I loved it.
And
But
how
I don't
many
know.
seasons did they have?
7 or 8.
Okay.
7 or 8 seasons, and I don't know. Like I could totally see myself doing that kind of lifestyle. I don't know why. I admire that for some reason, but
Did you want to run a strip club and?
bada bing. Work for waste management, but I don't know why. Like that lifestyle always kind of appealed to me. I don't want to do it myself, but I don't know why that lifestyle always kind of appealed to me a little bit.
But the prequel, they're actually gonna have James Gandolfini's son play the young Tony Soprano.
It's gonna be awesome. I don't know if he has previous acting experience. His name is Michael Gandolfini.
I'm pretty sure he's done some things with his
Well,
dad
I mean, I've
being
seen
an actor.
I've seen his interviews talking about his dad.
Does he
soon
sound?
after
Does
his
he
dad.
sound like his dad?
Well, these were years ago. He was much younger, so I don't think he hit that manly voice phase yet.
But like he's got a weird voice. Like it's manly, but it's soft, like nasally almost.
I haven't heard him recently. I saw the picture in this article, and he looks good. Like the interviews I saw of him in the past, he was a little chubbier. But
Can you do an impression of
Yeah, let's hear it.
Tony Soprano?
Oh my gosh!
Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh! I wish you would have told me beforehand. I could have got prepared. I don't even have a quote. Oh gosh! Give me a phrase.
What's his wife's name?
Carmela.
Carmela, bring me a beer.
That's pretty good. Carmela. I can't. That was terrible. You're just way better.
He's got a softer nasally.
I know.
Nasally.
He is way more nasally. I wish you would have prepared me. I could have done it.
I was thinking myself if I could do it, and I don't think I
Let's
could.
hear you do it.
I was thinking in my head, I don't think I
It's just a
can.
mafia voice, right? Like,
No,
But
he's
James
got a distinct
Gandolfini
voice.
has a very
Okay, I
distinct.
don't-
So
weird
his
voice.
crew definitely has that like stereotypical Italian, hey, but he was definitely a little different.
Huh, okay.
And he really took a hold of that show. You need to watch it.
Okay, I will.
It's pretty good.
Even though Dale doesn't need to, maybe I will borrow the DVD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Watch it because since I ended up watching that last season, I feel like I don't need to watch all the other episodes now because I felt.
But since I haven't seen any of them, I should start from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch it and then go back and see the prequel.
Yes.
When it comes.
Oh,
out.
does it have a release date?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll see, but see if I can find something about it.
I learned something new. It's great.
But it was a great series. I'm excited for this prequel. I think they're gonna take all of his all his buddies from the show and make them.
Oh, and another new series coming to HBO.
Okay.
Watchmen. Did you watch the Watchmen movie?
Like the DC, so the DC Watchmen.
Yeah. So that comic is pretty dark. There's a lot of murders and rape and killing, and it's pretty dark. But there's different timelines of that comic book. And I've kind of first heard about it when the movie came out, and then I asked my friends that are nerds a bunch of questions.
Okay.
I love my nerd friends. They have all the answers. So, that kind of filled me in, and in the movie, they kind of showed you different timelines, like this era of these heroes, and then this era is going on. I don't know which era this TV series is going to take place, but it looks pretty interesting. I like the movie.
I like the movie. I think I have the
Except
movie
for
too.
Except for the blue guy just standing there naked with his big blue wang just
flopping in the wind.
Yeah, he's like, his name Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
And he's got like this third eye, and he can like grow huge.
And he's freaking ripped.
He's ripped, and he just stands there butt ass naked.
Yeah.
Glowing blue wang. Just
It's true.
I personally don't see a problem with that.
Then you should watch the movie. It's actually a good movie.
I've got that DVD too, I think, so you can borrow that one. Maybe that's on Blu-ray. That might
I
be
got
on
a lot of
Blu-ray.
work to do, guys.
Yeah, you got a lot of catching up to do.
How about Game of Thrones? You watched Game of Thrones today?
I've been through the first season.
Okay.
And part of the second season.
What do you think?
And you stopped?
I did. So I'm a single mom, and so when my kids go with their dad, that's when I get to watch those kind of TV shows.
All right.
Otherwise, it's Fuller House and Jesse and
All right.
YouTube videos of people playing Minecraft. So
we've been on that rabbit before.
I kind of get on a binge kick when the kids are out of the house and I have the TV to myself.
Okay. No.
So I did stop in season 2.
All right, but you plan on continuing it?
Yes,
All right.
I don't know how you could.
I can't.
I couldn't stop when I started binging
good.
It was like I felt like I lived in
It has
Westeros.
a lot of fighting and blood in it, which sometimes I don't like, but
Yes.
I mean the storyline and the costumes and stuff, it's really cool.
It is pretty cool. So I pulled this up about the prequel you just mentioned. So I'm looking at the picture, and his son does look a lot different than when I saw him. He's a lot slimmer now. But so Michael's playing his dad, or reprising the role of his dad. The show is going to be called The Many Saints of Newark. And so it's going to be that. It doesn't have a release date though.
And it's going to be a TV series, not a movie.
No.
TV series.
Let me make sure. No, it says prequel movie.
Oh, it's a movie?
A prequel movie to the television series.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So I was completely...
And then David Chase, the original director, is going to reprise his role as the director again in this one. So, and he's a great director. So.
Oh, okay, so it's a
very
movie,
cool.
Not a series.
Yeah, so it's going to be a movie. So it's going to be fun.
So let me just throw this out there, kind of in a reverse order. Downton Abbey had a great series, and they have a movie coming out in October of 2019.
Oh, okay.
So that's a show I never got into, but I have heard nothing but good things about it.
It's a great period drama, and I just joined the Downton Abbey Facebook fan page.
Okay.
Big mistake.
Oh.
So you're vested now.
Big mistake. I think I'm gonna have to stop seeing the posts because it's too much.
Is it blowing up your feed?
Too much.
Your notifications?
But yeah, that's opposite of The Sopranos, where the movie's coming after.
Have you
Interesting.
watched The Handmaid's Tale?
Yes.
That's good.
What's
great.
that? I don't know what that is.
That's on Hulu.
Okay.
That's
or iTunes.
Oh, okay.
I've watched it on iTunes, yeah.
But it's a Hulu original, but that one's good.
Yeah. it's
Handmaid's
based on the
Tale.
book. Yep.
All right.
That's another period piece.
Yeah, use my words. It's in the future, and it's this concept that nobody can have children anymore because all of the toxins and pollution, and so the women who are able to bear children are kind of pulled out of society and given to these wealthy people who can't have children, and they help them have children. And
Interesting.
It's
It's
a weird,
such a
it's a
crazy-
very interesting story about how women are oppressed or used for their reproductive skills and how they try to escape.
Wow.
And where did they escape to?
Was it New York?
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh,
Because America went down the shitter in this series.
Oh.
yeah. Everyone should flee to Canada.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Socialize healthcare. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. So should we get started on some?
No, one more.
What else we got?
So I just saw that. So you said you watched boxing over the weekend, this past weekend. I actually watched some NFL matchups for the playoffs.
Okay, that's right.
And did you guys watch the playoffs too, by the chance? Some of it?
Some of it.
So I haven't watched much this season at all. Now the playoffs are here. I'm watching a little bit, and our Chargers are out. So
Yeah.
I know the one game I finally sat down to watch.
we got destroyed. Do you have a team, Teneal?
Well, I'm a Bengals fan,
Bengals fan.
unfortunately.
Yeah, you've had a lot of rough years.
In the playoffs, I just want not the Patriots.
Okay.
Right.
So we all became huge Rams fans right now, right? I'm with you on that one. So both of these, it was the AFC matchup and the NFC matchup for the Super Bowls. And both games went into overtime. So I want to mention this. I don't like the NFL overtime.
The sudden death?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so they basically flip a coin. Whoever wins, everyone who wins receives the ball. They get the option, right? You win. You want to receive the ball or you want to kick off the ball?
Of course
Right.
they won.
Well, they receive it, right? Because it's sudden death.
First point wins. Yeah.
First point wins. And basically at this point in 2018, 2019, every kicker can make a 50-yard field goal at this point. So basically they just kind of march down the field, get into that range on fourth down, they just kick for the win. And that's usually that's how both of these games went. And it's just I would like to see them adopt kind of what the college has done, where at least they both get one possession, at least. And then if they both get one possession, then it gets kind of sudden death at that point. But or no, I think they still get equal amount of tries. Actually, I would like that. I would kind of like to see that adopted. I don't know if you guys have any opinion on it or any other ideas, but
Yeah, because I mean, it would be, I don't know, for the people that have lost a lot of money on those games where the rules that they have now, and if they change them and they wouldn't have lost them that way, you know what I mean? That would kind of...
Because the rules are the rules at the time. I'm just saying I would like to see a change in the future, like next season.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things they need to change in the rules. And some of the rules that they have changed have been pretty, unnecessary. But like that, I think an overtime change would work.
I like that idea where each team gets a possession. I mean, that's
Right.
similar to penalty kicks in soccer. You each get same amount of attempts. That makes sense. I support that.
What about they said about the commissioner being able to change the call, like the call that wasn't called? And then the commissioner being able to change how that went. I think that he should be able to make that change the moment they start replaying it over and over again before the next play even happens.
I mean, it's easier to do when it's just a couple games in a week, but when there's 8 games, 7 games a week.
Well, I think
That's
with
more
technology
difficult.
now and all the cameras that we have that can see that, okay, that was a missed call, and it's still just right after the play happened, so you can still make that call. I don't see
Okay.
why they don't just, even though the refs didn't see it, everyone else did, and they can say, hey, what the hell, make that call, and then they can change that.
We're always gonna have that human error, with refs. Obviously, some are you feel like they're more blind than others, but this is with overtime. I think that can just be an overall wraparound rule that can just say, hey, you know what, this needs to change, because everyone is kind of going off about it. It's like big news on ESPN and last night a lot of people talking about it. I really like the way that college has done it. I like to see the NFL maybe adopt something very similar.
Actually, with cameras that they have on the field now, are refs even necessary on the field anymore? Is it even necessary to have refs running around, getting in their way, throwing flags around?
Someone has to blow a whistle, though.
I mean, they can have speakers, somebody up in the box.
Because the camera is stationary. Like a person can flip around and look so much faster than a camera can.
Well, I mean, they just have angles everywhere that they can just be watching the cameras at all times as the plays are happening.
I think that's more difficult. I think more things would get missed that way than on the field.
I don't think anything would get missed.
Interesting. I mean, if you replay every single
they had
play,
six refs on the sides watching one camera each, and they all can discuss what they just watched from different angles.
That's a possibility.
The future.
It's a thought.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. So Super Bowl is not this weekend, but going to be the next weekend. It's like I think this is Pro Bowl weekend then. I think the Pro Bowl is always the week in between. So we're all going for the Rams, it seems like, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, we are. I was pretty interesting to see Tom Brady when they won, how he got excited. I'm like, oh, he does show a little bit of emotion. So, because his coach obviously never has emotion.
Yeah, one-face Belichick.
I don't like that. I like when the coaches show emotion. Like they get excited or they get passionate. I mean, you watch your kids. Do the coaches get pretty into it?
Oh yeah, I think the two coaches last night were gonna fight.
That would be awesome. That's how in soccer. That's how you should handle a tie. I don't like how it ends in a tie. Coach fights.
Yes.
Okay, so here's something that happened last night in the game. The ref called a bad thing, and the other person's coach said, "That's ridiculous." And the guy blew the whistle and was going to do a technical.
On the coach?
And the coach said, "What was that for?" He's like, "You said we were idiots." He's like, "No, I said that's ridiculous." And the ref said, "Okay, then never mind. I take that back." Because of the word choice, it's still the same genre of "I despise you." So I don't know.
But you didn't directly call me an idiot, so...
You just said ridiculous. You can say that.
Yeah. So I would have liked if one of them said, "Okay, grab the gloves. We're going out."
Grab the gloves.
Grab them
outside.
That's how I would love to see that.
I would have pulled them out of my mom purse. Here you go.
Give it to the coaches.
Yes, that would be awesome. That's how you should end it. Any dispute, grab the gloves. We're gonna take care of this.
Yep.
Was that it for our topics then?
I think that is it for the topics.
Awesome.
So let's leave some time for the tarot reading.
All right. So tell us a little bit about how you kind of got into this and your training and why.
Yeah. So tarot cards. I actually I would occasionally get tarot readings. The first time I did it, I was very hesitant but the cards, I was surprised the stuff that came out in the cards, and it was actually very helpful. And so one of the times I did a tarot session, the lady said, "You need to learn tarot." I said,
okay.
"Oh, okay." And she was offering a class. So it was a 2-day class over a weekend. It was based in Cincinnati, and I was in Iowa at the time, so I just kind of webcammed in or Skyped in or whatever we did. It was all day long on a Saturday, Sunday, and then after the class we had to do a tarot reading every day for 40 days. And I've just been doing it ever since. So
nice.
It's been fun. So I've been doing it for about 1.5 years. I just do it for friends and family. So yeah, I think a lot of people are scared of tarot. Like if someone says, "Hey, do you want to do a tarot reading?" What's your first reaction?
My first reaction is, do you even know what the hell you're doing? Like I don't know you. If I don't know the person and they're trying to give me a tarot reading or something, I'm like, I don't know your background. I don't know you. Did you just buy this deck and read the instructions?
Are you making it up?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, unless somebody is actually gifted and knows what they're doing and can kind of get in tune with something, I don't think the person with the deck knows what they're doing unless they have some kind of ability.
Okay. And then what about you?
Same type of thing. I'm kind of like, are you even real? Like, is this going to be fake? You're just going to pick out a card and say, "Oh, this relates to you here," and say something that's very general to anyone that would have been in at the time.
Yeah.
So that kind of comes to me.
Yeah.
And not that I just believe in it. It's just when someone said that to me, that's kind of what comes to my mind.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned being a medium, and a lot of people will call it evidential mediumship. Like there has to be some evidence that the information you're getting is only something that someone specifically would know. So a lot of people who do this kind of work look for clues like that to be like, this is not me making it up. It's some other power. Okay, so I have several tarot decks. The one I'm using right now is just a basic tarot card deck. Tarot cards are usually 78 cards. 78, 77. There's 22 major cards.
Okay.
And then there's 4 suits, just like a deck of cards.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And they go with, and it's from Ace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Page, Knight, Queen, King. So all these 4 suits, and they represent, air, fire, earth, water. Yep. And so they all represent different things. So some psychologists will actually use tarot cards because they believe it helps uncover the subconscious, like what's going on for you. Even though you consciously couldn't put words to it and explain it, the cards can sometimes tell you what's going on for you. A lot of people don't want to do it too because they don't want to know the future. And what I would say about that is, if I could do a disclaimer, I would say don't bet on the cards. Take them all for a grain of salt. Don't make medical decisions. Don't make legal decisions. Don't make financial decisions based on tarot cards.
That makes sense.
Take it with a grain of salt. It's all kind of entertainment purposes, but sometimes it'll give you like something like, I didn't think about that, and you kind of think more about it, and maybe it kind of steers you and guides you.
I kind of like that.
Might open up some other options that you didn't know were there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're blinded to your own blind spots, right? Because like, for instance, people mostly ask about money or houses, job, and relationships. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you're very blind. Like maybe you really like that person, and so you're not really looking at their pitfalls or what's not working. So anyway, is that too much description?
No, that's good. That's good.
So we're going to do a reading on you.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Right?
Well, both of us, I think.
Well, we can do a reading on you. We haven't had one yet, so.
We can do both. Depends.
Well, we can start on you. How much time do you think it'll take to do one reading?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got time to do both.
All right.
Well, we can see. We can see how it goes, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to shuffle the deck a few times, and they say every time you shuffle a deck of tarot cards, it raises your vibration or your frequency. And as human beings, we should all be trying to be at the highest level or the most inspired level possible.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to say something crazy because I bought my first deck of, it wasn't tarot cards, it was the Shaman Oracle cards.
Yes.
So when I first gave those a try, and I told you about this, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I asked it, because I was doing a 1-card draw where I asked her a question, but it's an open-ended. It's not a yes or a no. It's open-ended. I shuffled them all up, and I asked it in my head without saying it out loud, and I grabbed the card and read it. It made sense to what I had asked, but I'm like, you know what? I felt like I didn't do it right. I'm going to do it again. I reshuffled it. I put the card back in the bottom of the deck. I reshuffled it.
How many cards?
64.
64
cards. I reshuffled it a few different times. I came back, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to dig into the cards. I'm just going to slap the top of the deck. I'm going to say my question out loud, and I'm going to grab the card off the top. I shit you not, it was the exact same card.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's
Well,
what the answer was meant to be that.
It's a great, there's a lot of oracle cards out there, which are usually 44 decks, 44 cards or 64 cards. And a lot of people have angel cards. Those are just kind of like just general messages, which you can do that. Like there's a deck, you shuffle it, you ask a question, you pull a card, and usually there's like a statement on it, like, your financial things are getting in the way of your desires, or something like that. There's usually, it's easier to interpret. Tarot is a little bit more complicated, so some people it's just kind of harder to learn.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, as soon as I shuffle these one more time, you're going to use your left hand, Derek, and you're going to cut the deck into 3 piles.
Okay.
And that's how your energy is going to get on the cards.
Interesting.
And then you're going to tell me which pile resonates for you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm putting the deck in front of you.
Okay.
3 piles.
All right. There's 1, and then there's 2, and now there's 3.
Okay, so looking at these 3 piles, which one is kind of your feeling? What are you kind of feeling?
I'm gonna say that one.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. And it looked different to me. That's why.
So where I place the cards is going to tell us certain answers. Okay.
Okay.
So this is card position number 1, number 2, 3 is above, 4 below, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is called the Celtic spread.
Okay.
And this is just like a general, like where are you at? What's going on for you? what's kind of in the recent past, the near future, greatest hope and fear, final outcome. So the first thing I do when I look at what cards are down, I look for where are the major arcana cards, because that means it's a bigger shift going on. So you have a major card in position 1, 2, 5, 4, this one over here. So you've actually, this would indicate that there's kind of a lot of big shifts going on for you.
That'd be true.
And then if I look at, you've got cups, cups, cups. So that would mean there's a lot of things maybe going on from a relationship or a connection or family kind of a thing.
Okay.
And then swords is about mental or thought processes or just kind of mental things. So that tells me kind of where your headspace is at. 9 of Pentacles relates to family and work. But okay, we're going to start at the beginning. Position number 1 is kind of where are you at right now? You've got the Empress card.
All right, I'm just show that to the
Yeah.
She's a true queen.
And actually, if this is the mothering card, this is a kind of a pregnancy card. I don't know what's going. I don't
Tell
know.
her why.
My wife's pregnant.
Okay, so you're I was going to say if she's not already, then she would be soon. Because
She's almost 12 weeks now.
Okay, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That's what's on your mind. There's going to be a shift in your family. So that's kind of where you're at. What is crossing you right now is the Temperance card.
The Temperance card.
So what is kind of crossing your mind right now, or what you're trying to figure out, is probably how am I going to balance this with this new kind of, babies are wonderful, but they're also a pretty big disruption to your current life and any current children. You already have other children?
Yes.
So, you know, the worst thing for a child is when a new baby comes along.
Right.
You know that.
Yeah.
But it's also just the whole family's going to get rearranged a little bit. So
That's for sure.
So what's crossing you is how are we going to balance this new thing?
Yeah, we just talked about that last night.
Okay. So that's and you know, how do tarot cards work? They say that your subconscious energy is going into the cards, and that's how it's telling me.
Okay.
We'll see. Page of Swords. This top card is like, where is your headspace? So Page of Swords is kind of like, it's page, knight, queen, king. So because it's page, it's kind of an immature energy.
Okay.
And swords is kind of like mental anguish, worry, anxiety. So you're kind of spinning a little bit in your head, is what this would say. You're kind of a little bit worried. It's not like a major problem, but you're certainly processing and kind of thinking a lot.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like a super overly worried. My wife might be but I'm not.
Okay.
But I am like,
But there's still some energy,
yeah.
and that is not a waste of energy, but it consumes energy.
It absolutely does.
Which prevents you from doing something else. Okay, this card is the Hierophant. It's in the recent past. So it would say like in the past month, that kind of represents the Pope, kind of. So either it could be like the patriarch of the family, or a religious thing. Something has kind of been on your mind with related to that. I don't know what has been going on. I don't know if like religiously there was kind of something that showed up lately, or just the patriarch, the patriarch, or you know, extended family patriarch.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll come back to that. In the near future, like within the next month, it says 5 of Cups.
All right.
There are 2 cups standing, I think, and 3 cups that have spilled over.
Okay.
So in the near future, maybe because you're kind of spinning in your head, you kind of feel like there's, you know, all is lost, and it's like, oh, am I ever going to get out of this grind? But this is actually a reminder, like there's still 2 cups upright, so everything is not lost.
Okay.
So you need to probably focus a little bit on just being grateful and having gratitude for where you're at. Yeah, you're spinning a little bit and you're figuring out what's my new equilibrium, but it's okay. Like, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
This card in this bottom placement is the Strength card. Sometimes it's, sometimes in some decks, it's the goddess Athena, which is it typifies strength. And some cards, it'll show Athena putting her mouth inside a lion's head just to show like, I'm in control. This placement of the card is a reminder from the universe to you that you are strong, that you have things in control. Don't let some of these variables take you away from who you really are.
Okay.
There's a lot of strength, and you have control over all the elements in your life.
All right.
Okay. This other card is the Fool. It's the 0 of the 0 to 22.
Okay.
This is 0. This is also another secret message from the universe to you.
No, we just have 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm hurrying. So the Fool card is about my life is never going to be the same.
Okay.
And it's about this guy's going to walk off a cliff. He's going to walk off the cliff, and he's either going to fall flat on his face or he's going to learn to fly. But either way, you've got to take that leap of faith and move forward. So this is about new beginnings. This is about things are going to change.
Okay.
8 of Cups. This is kind of external influence or how others perceive you. 8 of Cups is, it's not just 4, which is the number of stability, but it's 4 plus 4, which is sometimes it becomes stagnant energy, which is something no longer serves you.
Okay.
So either someone else in your life is going to walk away or you're going to walk away from something that's not serving you.
All right.
9 of Pentacles is your greatest hope and fear. Your greatest hope and fear, 9 of Pentacles, is abundance, happiness, everything is good and wonderful, which obviously is what you're going to want.
Yes.
And then the final outcome is 7 of Cups. And this guy's looking at 7 cups, and there's lots of options.
Oh, okay.
This card means there's a lot of options in front of you.
Yeah.
And you might be kind of spinning a little bit like, which one do I go after? But I would go back to this card here, the Strength card, and remember, like, you got it all under control. You have a lot of really good things. Don't lose sight of that. But it might not feel like there's a lot of clarity going forward. You might feel like there's a little bit of ambiguity. Things are not totally crystal clear right now, so just give it a little bit more time.
Okay.
So after going through each of them, I would say, yep, you've got a new baby on the way. You got to figure out how to balance it. You're kind of a little stressed about it, but not a huge problem. Remember that you've got the strength within you. All is not lost, even though it's going to feel kind of like the next month is going to be kind of like, this isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst either.
Okay.
New journey, and things are going to be fine. Not huge shifts in the future, but you'll figure it out.
Very interesting.
Right.
That's very interesting, especially right off the get-go. You know what I mean? Like,
as soon as that happened, I was already thinking it. But like for me, this wouldn't make sense for me.
Right.
Like none of these cards would have made sense if it was being read to me. So like, being that it's you and these specific cards made a lot of sense.
Yeah, especially like there's been some things brewing in my head yesterday. Some things happened in one of my businesses where I'm starting to think about venturing a different path on something.
You're exploring options right now, and it's not
That's
clear,
absolutely
it's not
true.
clear to you what the path is.
Right.
Now, we may not have time for it, but what I would do after a reading like this is lay out the deck. This deck already has your energy on it.
Okay.
So I would say, do you have any additional questions? You would think it in your mind with your left hand, pull card, and you could ask additional questions.
We got time for a question.
Yeah.
So you can ask it out loud, or you can just think it in your head.
Okay. Oh gosh, let's see. Do I have any other questions? I've got like a million questions, but if I were to pick one. Okay, all right,
Okay, so with your left hand, pull a card that you're drawn to.
It's going to be.
Is it a personal question? You don't want to say it out loud?
Yeah, a little bit. So I look at it.
So you give it to me.
Okay.
So what you got was the 3 of Pentacles. So whatever question you're thinking of, this is about either you're going to be a mentor or someone is going to mentor you. There's 3 people here kind of carving a statue. This is about teamwork and collaboration. So if you're considering going into something with someone, this would indicate that that's a positive thing, because there will be a mentoring relationship in a positive way, and you're going to create something really amazing.
That actually makes a lot of sense to my question about like kind of where some of my businesses are heading towards. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm putting up to the camera on the YouTube.
Any other questions you want to ask?
No, that actually makes a lot of sense to that. Okay.
All right.
All right. Awesome. So we can hit stop there and she shuffles and start a new one for. Did you want to do a reading too? Might as well. We're here.
Yeah, might as well.
Hit stop on the podcast.
So let's take a quick break while I do this.
Well, on the podcast recording. On YouTube, we're still recording. So you can go ahead and start shuffling up a new deck. And yeah, so I mean, that was very interesting. I gotta say, it was not. Well, obviously, off the get-go, card number 1 was like, wow, okay.
The pregnancy card, I know.
very interesting. I have to show my wife as soon as I upload this. Say, you need to watch this. In fact, you know what I'll probably do is the section right here where we're doing this reading, I'll probably also section just this part out and just upload this part as well, in addition to the entire podcast. Because you have internet and stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi here sucks.
That's okay, just save it as. Yeah, very cool stuff.
Probably cut the deck, or do you want to wait?
I'll cut it there.
Left hand, 3 piles. Alright, which pile?
Alright. Was there a reason why? It was shorter than the other decks, is that why? Because you're short?
Why is it not loading?
Just give me a second. Interesting.
This is some weird stuff, Dale.
Whoa. Okay, here's the note. It's saving. Go back to the episode. I teach you how to use this.
Okay. Check. All right.
Okay.
Okay, now we're back with my reading after that little technical difficulty.
Well, the YouTube watched the whole thing. You're so okay.
Okay, so we're not going to go as much like one by one with yours because we already kind of did that. But you have several cards which indicate something is really done. So in the current placement, you have the death card, which does not represent someone's going to die. It just represents that something has gone full circle and it's really over. Okay? And this other card, 10 of Swords, also means something's not just put a fork in me, I'm done. I'm done. There's 10 swords in this person's back. So there, I don't know if you want to do that.
Let's go down.
There's something going on for you in your life that either you're not recognizing is over, but it needs to be over. And what is crossing you? No. 9 of Cups. What's crossing is there's a lot of prosperity and happiness and really good things going on from a career standpoint, but there's something that you're holding on to that you really need to let go and walk away from. This Hermit card, where your headspace is, and I don't know if Savannah can attest to this, but what this would say is you're kind of pulling back right now and going inward and going into your head and trying to figure this out. And in the recent past, you've had a lot of insomnia. This is insomnia, or just mental anguish. You're agonizing over something, which I would probably guess is something you're not letting go of. Like, this is the 3 a.m. card. Like, I keep just spinning my wheels and worrying about something that's going on. I'm pulling back, going into myself to really figure out, what do I want? This Queen of Wands, or Queen of Fire, is a reminder of there's so much passion and charisma and good that you can do. People are drawn to you. There goes the light.
Oh, there's the light.
People are drawn to you. So just a reminder, like, you have everything you need. You are a very charismatic, dynamic person, and people are drawn to that flame and that optimism. This 10 of Swords is a special reminder, like, something is done. Something is really over for you. 6 of Pentacles, people perceive you as being very generous. You've got a lot to offer. You're very giving. Page of Wands, there's some kind of a new hobby or passion that you're kind of looking at. It's not matured yet. You haven't quite figured it out, but there's something on the horizon that you're thinking about. And then Queen of Cups, this is, the final outcome is very positive. Like, and you've got 2 queens, which also indicates a partnership, a positive partnership. Queen of Cups is family relationships, happiness, relationships, connection. So the final outcome is you're going to have great connections and relationships. But whatever is going on for you, and I haven't seen this many like let go of it cards. You've got to release, let go, and move forward because you're trapped. You're stuck in something. Get rid of it. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
I think right now I can't think of it, but I'm gonna reflect on it and kind of piece it.
Yeah.
Like what it is that I am. I think it'll come to me.
This one too, the near future, the Magician. It's a 1. 1s are indicative of primal energy from heaven and earth to be all aligned. You've got a lot of positive things coming, but maybe currently in the recent past there's been a little bit of like mental anguish and you need to move on.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll have to think about what that means for you. I don't know what that means for you.
Very interesting.
This is something I'm definitely gonna think of what exactly that is.
And let me show you, sometimes cards jump, so let's just see if a card jumps to give us more clarity. Right there, 8 of Wands. Some energy is stagnant. You need to get rid of something. Something is stagnant. We got to figure this out. What else? Is there anything else that you can tell us about this stagnant energy that is? Whoa!
A lot of them jump.
4 of Wands. Have you recently gotten a proposal or a invitation for something?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, I get Facebook invites all the time, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll have to explore this a little bit. We can maybe tap into your guides and figure out what's the deal.
Interesting.
Because you can see spirit guides.
I can have a conversation with them. Yeah. Yeah.
Do they come to you, or you just see them automatically?
I have to pay attention and try to talk to them.
Okay.
I choose not to just go around and listen to everybody that comes to talk to me. But if I can just be quiet and ask them, then I can, yeah.
Does everyone have a spirit guide or not necessarily?
Everybody has spirit guides, multiple. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some more than others.
Everyone has at least 5 or 6 at all times, and then sometimes others come in to help for certain specific reasons. Like when I moved to Utah, there are a couple new spirit guides that kind of came to start working with me.
Interesting.
So,
okay, very interesting.
It's probably a different topic, right?
There's
a
very
whole
interesting
can of worms with that, but yeah, it's fun.
Okay, and then before we go, should we have you? Should have her talk about your day job and how people can get in contact with you.
Yeah. So my day job is actually I started my own company. It's called Effective Executives LLC. I do leadership coaching, team effectiveness trainings. My primary tool is the Myers-Briggs personality test.
Oh, yeah.
And then once everyone figures that out, I kind of analyze everyone's personalities and how they can work more effectively together.
You have the same personality, huh? When we took that test. The INS.
I think it's different than Myers-Briggs.
No, it is the Myers-Briggs. It is the Myers-Briggs.
I also do like couples, like if you have 2 personalities together, what is your strength? What are the opportunities? Where would there be clashes? What can you do to work better together?
Okay.
But yeah, I have a Facebook page, I have a website.
And then you just look it up?
Just effectiveexecutivesllc.com.
Awesome.
I am ENFJA.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I can't remember now. Yeah, that was the Myers-Briggs one.
That's like the salesman of the world.
I
Very
have been
good
a salesman.
at propagating and influencing.
Okay.
Schmoozing,
Interesting. All right, interesting. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on and joining us, Teneal. That was so fun for you to get involved with our conversations and then do the readings on us. And,
yeah, it's great.
And I hope people get some more people reaching out to you because of your time with us.
Great. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace out, everybody.
See you guys next time.
Bye.